Okay, so we are now going to use proportions to solve rate problems. This is page 5 in your notes. So I want you to watch me do number 1 and copy it. And then you can try to do the rest on your own and then play the video to see if you got it right, or you can just work along with me. So for number 1, it says a student can read 7 pages in 10 minutes. So when I know this is a word problem and more is coming, I instantly write blank pages over blank minutes, because with rates I have to label. And this way, when I read the rest of the problem, it says how many pages, which means we don't know the pages, of a book can the student read in 30 minutes. So I instantly know the 30 goes on the bottom and the X goes on the top. Now, to solve this, I apply the cross product property rule. So 10x equals 7 times 30. 7 times 30. So 10x equals 210. Divide by 10. Divide by 10. X equals 21 pages. So if you can read 7 pages in 10 minutes, you can read 21 pages in 30 minutes. Now, another way you could have solved this without using the cross product property rule is to say, I know 10 times 3 is 30, so 7 times 3 is 21. And if you solved it that way, that's perfectly fine. Sometimes there's shortcuts, but the cross product property rule works in every single situation. Now, this next one says a teapot is 1/3 full of tea. When all of the tea is poured into an empty container, the container is 2/3 full. What fraction of tea from a full teapot is needed to fill one entire container? So that sounds pretty confusing, but when you actually do it, it's not that bad. So I'm going to label 1/3 is my teapot and 2/3 is my container. Right away, I'm going to write blank teapot, blank container, and read the rest of the problem. They want to know what fraction of tea. So from the teapot. So I don't know from the teapot would fill one container. Okay. So now I apply my cross product property rule and I get 2/3 X equals 1/3. So I multiply both sides by 3 to get rid of the fraction. 2x equals 1, divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 1/2, which means if the teapot is 1/2 full, it will completely fill the container. Okay, so again, if you want to try number 3 on your own, stop the video, do it yourself, start the video back up and see if you got it right. So for number 3, it says an empty swimming pool is being filled with water. After 5 minutes, the pool has 400 gallons. Now, as soon as I see this, I notice this can be simplified. So I'm going to change this to 1 minute and 80 gallons to make my math easier. And then I'm going to say blank minutes, blank gallons. Okay, and then it says if the pool has a volume of 11,200 gallons, how many minutes will it take? So now I just do 80x equals 11,200. And I divide 11,200 by 80. So I could say I'm going to divide both sides by 10 and divide this by 8 and this by 8. And 8 goes into 1120, goes in once with a remainder of 320, and it goes in 4. So it's 140 minutes. Okay, so again, you can stop the video and try the last one on your own. Start it up again when you're done. And it says if a hockey team rents ice time, so it's $67.50 for 3 hours, and I instantly write blank dollars, blank hours. How much would it cost for 112 hours? So that's where the hours goes. This is where the X goes. So I'm left with 3x equals 67.5 times 112. So now I have to do 67.5 times 112. I know I'm going to move my decimal over one to the left when I'm done, so I can ignore that for now. So 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1, that's 15. Carry the 1, that's 13. 0, 5, 7, 6, 0, 0, 5, 7, 6. Kind of running out of room. But if I add that together, I get 0, 0, 6, 15, carry the 1, 7, and I have to move my decimal over 1. So my answer is $7,560. And that's the end of this video.